Hello, everyone. Welcome back to CCG Esports once again in ESEA Advanced League Season 52 here from the casting desk. Is going to be me, Zane, along with Inflict, back with more CCG action again today against Might here in a, in a wonderful series. And after the last Anubis series, Inflict, I feel very confident coming in today's match.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you should be, especially given the resilience that we got to witness from the side of CCG. It was just absolutely phenomenal what we saw. The performance, it just completely was. CCG practically outshined themselves. The improvement over the course of just a singular map was absolutely phenomenal. But today we're moving on to a different game, different opponents, and a different map. Last time around, that game was on Anubis. Today we're back to Ancient. This was the map that CCG played for the first week for the first game as well of the season. Unfortunately, that did not work out for them. On the other hand, though, might they might be a little bit more happy with this map being picked out. This is the map that they've played for their last two games as well, and they ended up winning both of them out. Although the games were extremely close, one of the score line was 16-12. That went to OT, which was their last game, and game before that was 13-11, which they also won. So they seemingly have some better experiences on this map, but will CCG be able to change that or not? That's a good start. They found two frags to kick things off and the twist around, but Treehan is gonna get traded off, and that's gonna open up the B side completely for Mai to get the bomb down.
That's a very rushy side coming in. It's going to be the bomb down. And CCG only has Kraken left. All he has to do is dual bird both of them down. He's going to be able to connect onto one. He knows where both of them are, but the firepower is not going to be enough to bring them down as they end up killing Kraken. And it's going to be look like a round set for Might here. CCG loses the pistol round out. Not a great start again, but they do have the CT side to start with, which I feel like their strongest side overall. So they should be able to bounce back, but they need to be wary about the economical situations now that they have lost the pistol round. It's never any good if you're on CT side and you lose the pistol round. It just hurts even more.
Yeah, the financial stability on the CT side is just not that great. Not as consistent as it is or can be for the D side, but CCG going up for an all-out mid push. There's a player tucked behind them, though it might not even be needed as Luis. He's found four, possibly up for an ace right now, out with the Glock, trying to hunt the player down, but Fearless Beetle nowhere to be found for the time being as he's just stuck behind the smoke over towards Donut. Spotted out now. Luis going for the ace, and he's gonna get it. Second round victory with a 5K for Luis. And Might are on a roll to begin with. A flawless second round victory is going to give them somewhat of an economical boost as well. It's not going to be as big as what Louise got, but it's still going to be something across the board.
That is a very wonderful round played by Might there. You got to give it out to them. So CCG now gonna go for somewhat buys on this round. They still don't have weapons available on kits full shields available on all of them. So it's gonna be Treehand just going like completely saving up for that op. He wants to bring it out early, but I feel like the CT side, all they have to do is just wait for the enemy to come, and whatever weapon they had, they can pretty much answer to that. You don't really need those AKs and stuff. Plus, they still have the weapons that they bought in the bonus round, like those Mac 10s and Galils. So I feel like with Famas in hand, they are much stronger right now. But they gotta win that round because if you look at the economy, 50, 0, 50, 100, 450, not a great numbers there from their end. They find the first blood here. Fearless Beetle able to pick up one. But that's going to be it as Treehand gets taken out. That op is going to be immediately swapped out. And now it is really, really bad. That insanely high amount of money that he spent is immediately stolen away by the enemies. Not a great situation for them.
Certainly not, and it's not getting any better either. Kraken falls. A side taken over. Nobody even close by. They're gonna try and set up a flank here, but Jared gets a kill over towards middle. That's not making matters any bit more easier. As Jenny is gonna try and go for a longer flank here. The timing is gonna be everything as Icarus initiates the retake all on his own. He's found one. The timing's a bit awkward as he has to reload, and Snakes just ducks him into a corner and finds that easy frag. Jenny last alive. A flash and a FAMAS in hand. Has to back off. There's just nothing to be done. The third round goes the way of Might. All picked up for Snakes as well, and this was just extremely comfortable. Sure, there were quite a few trades that ended up going down, but
Ooh.
still, it just was never a problem for
Voltage
Might.
also picks up that M4 at the very end. So an op and M4 secured. Also, the C4 was planted. That's a lot of economical boost for the T side. On top of already what they have been stacking, like you see 6,000 for three of their members. Never mind, it just went down to two because DJ hasn't bought in anything. But still, two members stacking up that 6K net worth there. It's just a very healthy amount for them. But CCG is gonna have to suffer a little bit longer as Icarus finds one before he gets taken out, blasted out. But he does have a lot of information given towards their team side. They still have two more members left on the side. They have to find some value here. USP is not connecting him to the head. Glows didn't even receive a single shot as he's gonna be able to take out all of the members of CCG. Three for Luis there, and Jarrett finds the double to secure Might. Another really quick round there, and CCG now stacked up on money, and they have to use those money to find themselves an opening, break the deadlock on this one out because they haven't found any. And I feel like they have to start taking control of the mid area. They have to push through if they want to find any value on this map. Otherwise, it's just not going to be there.
Yeah, it takes quite a few rounds when you're on the CT side to set up your economy in such a state where it allows you to have such a purchase. So they're gonna have to be extremely careful, do their due diligence, and really throw everything that they got at this round. This is around the point where they started to make a comeback in the last map as well, where they got their first round. It wasn't exactly a comeback point, that happened after the first half, but you wouldn't want to be in another 10-2 state because sure you did it before, but you don't want to test yourself like that repeatedly. It's just not healthy, honestly. CCG, they need to start pumping together rounds, pulling some wins now. Really slow one. Might they understand that okay, CCG, they now have a purchase. They have everything that they possibly could have hoped for, so they're not giving away fights. They're not giving away information as easily. Luis has been about to cross over towards middle. Iker is going to be the first one to peek out, and he falls. That's a big hit. Middle opened up, and CCG are now cut in half. Kraken spotted out as well, but Luis oversteps his bounds a bit. Gets punished. But the executor started to go downward towards the B side. Jared and Walt is going to find a frag, each to their name. Kraken has rotated over, but has no help remaining whatsoever. Two players are remaining for CCG, and it seems like it might just be an eco as both of them have already disengaged. And the site completely taken over, the bomb planted, nothing to be done here. This is going to be the fifth round going to Might.
Yeah, Might playing that round pretty securely and pretty safely. They just waited out for CCG to step up and make a mistake, and that slightly like cheeky positioning from Louis just opened up the map a lot. And CCG were not able to get the complete reinforcements in the bomb site when they needed it the most. But the round hasn't ended yet. Kraken might just be able to find something. Jared, he's gonna come in. He's gonna be able to take out Kraken down, but Snakes also takes out Freehand. They were not able to save anything out of that round. CCG. They expected the opponents. They exhausted all of their utilities, and that's where Might attack them with all their might. And it feels like CCG they just didn't have enough defenses. They were scattered out. and might they're doing that quite often. They're not letting CCG play aggressively on that mid area, so it's completely being opened up every single round. And CCG, no matter what they do, I feel like might just are not ready to give that away to them this time around. It may be a quick rush will come through. They have to find value out of that though. Jared hiding inside the corner, 5-7 is gonna be found and he's going to be taken out. That's one gun secured, and CCG would be more than happy with that one weapon that they secured and go back towards the A side as know that nobody else was present outside that B main area, so it must have been A, but the bomb hasn't been delivered to the A side yet as Trehan still holds the side all by himself as his team comes in. This could be good for CCG if they can find one or two more kills. That would be huge because he does exactly that. Trehan followed up by another headshot. Voltage able to pick up one onto Icarus. But that's the only one he finds. Trehan from the box is going to be able to find the head, but not quite enough to get the kill yet. A 4 versus 2 situation going amazingly in the favor of CCG, but they still don't have any weapons in hand. Luis from the corner with low HP is going to be able to take out Trehan. It's all down to the last three members. Voltage also very low, down to 2 HP. Louis able to
Oh,
just
good
get
kill.
one more. That was a really important kill for them. Both of them being very low, Louis and Voltage. They gotta be careful, but Jenny being patient, only 30 seconds remaining. They have to get the bomb planted from Might, and that is gonna be their weak point. The moment they try to plant the bomb, that is when CCG will go for the attack. They did have a smoke available, the smoke's going to be used to take it down, but here comes Jenny. He's going to be able to take out Voltage. That is huge. 15 seconds remaining. It's all down to Louise. He has taken out two. He has to take out more. He's going to go for the plant again, but that is going to be a fake one. And they have sniffed it out. Jenny comes out, but Jenny is going to be able to take out Louise and CCG turn it around just from a brink. Can they secure the Obdo? Yes, they can. And that is CCG breaking the deadlock and securing a round just from 5 pistols.
An impressive showing from CCG here. They put themselves in such a great spot that even a pistol was enough. One shot with the pistol for the last two kills. That's all it took. The utility usage was absolutely phenomenal. The frags that went their way early on, mind blowing. But CCG, they've pulled their weight, at least for a singular round. And it's allowed them to have a full buy in this one. A great start to kick things off, but it's gonna get equalized out. Freehand though, he wants that advantage, and he's gonna claim it with that op. Louise falls. 2 versus 3. Jenny all on his own and well gone. DJ puts him to bed. 2 versus 2 yet again. Kraken and Trehan this time being put up to the test. They're both gonna go together. There's a bit of a difference between them. DJ might be able to exploit it. Actually, Kraken's gonna move away. Trehan up in a 1 versus 2 now. He needs to clutch this one out.
He does finds one though. Ooh, that was a very good kill by Trehan. He just might have enough time to just diffuse it out, and it is gonna be that. Would you look at that? Trehan with an amazing clutch there, 1 versus 2 to save the round for the side of CCG, and he does manage to pick up the op again as well. So CCG stays alive for that one.
And that's the second one on board. That's gonna keep their economy going, someone going still, although they're not being allowed to build it up. Of course, the only 1 2 rounds, it's going to require quite a bit more for them to be able to do so, but they're still already making compromises. Icarus, you can see, working with the FAMAS. Oh, Louise and DJ, they kick off strong. They're looking for more. There are 2 more kills to be found, and it's going to be Snakes that gets one of them. DJ,
No.
the second to his name, and the side has fallen within mere seconds. Last one alive is going to be Fearless Beetle, and quite truthfully, I doubt there's anything to be done by him. He can maybe try finding a couple of frags, and he's only going to be good for one. There it is. Jared put him down, and that's a 6th round on board for Might. They can see two, but they retaliate right back in quick succession.
A tactical timeout taken by by CCG side right now. A very much needed one because that round looked very shaky from CCG side. I mean, they rushed A. There should have been a solid defense. I mean, Treehan was there. Two enemies were in front of him, but he missed two consecutive op shots, which led to one disaster to another. It was an easy shot. The enemies were not moving that much either, but he kind of missed it. Usually, you don't see that coming in from Treehan. It's an occasion that rarely happens, but it did, and they that might have lost him a round. But you can't blame Treehan all alone for that. None of the other riflers were there to support him either. None of the members actually fell. It was Fearless Beetle. When everything fell down, he was able to just get one down before he went down himself as well. So CCG were not able to find any value on that run. And as you mentioned, the economy wasn't built up that much. Needed a few more rounds to actually for that to happen. So it's not gonna happen. And like this from Might, every time when they try to take control of the mid area there, they always put down the smokes and everything to make sure none of the utilities coming in from CCG, none of the mollies coming in from CCG will do some damage to them. As Fearless Beetle, the only person, the one of the only persons who has an SMG, will be able to take out one before he goes down to DJ there, which means it's gonna leave out to a 4 versus 4 situation right now. But I like this positioning from Kraken. He has an SMG in hand and he's hiding in the corner. If he's not found out in time, then he might be able to get something. But Jared finds him out when he needed to show up the most. And DJ in the back line, he gets another one. It's all down to Icarus and Jenny. Only pistols in hand. They might not be able to do much, but Icarus, he managed to pick up an AK from behind, but that AK is not going to be any good as it just inflicts a bit of damage to DJ, but not enough to take him down. But Jenny is in a really, really good corner here. It looks like none of the members from the side of Might does have any idea, but Jenny wants to secure a gun for himself, but he doesn't know about this positioning from Snake as Snake comes out and he sees Jenny there, and Jenny's going to be taken out as that was another round secured by Might here.
Wasn't exactly much that CCG could have done realistically with with the arsenal that they were working with. Fearless Beetle, sure, he got one frag, but that's really all you could have asked for in the situation that he was in. But the situation that CCG overall is in right now, it's not that great. 7-2, they lose this, it likely could be an 8-2 round as well, and then perhaps a 9-2 because the financial situation is just not great whatsoever for CCG. On the other hand, though, money is absolutely no problem for the likes of Might. A push towards the B side. 3 players around to defend it. One of them already fallen. Takes mere seconds, and Fearless Beetle gonna follow him to the grave as well. The AWP goes down as well. Icarus makes up for it, but is only gonna stand strong to take one fight head on. Kraken is the last one alive. There's a flank set up as well, and it takes mere seconds for this round to come to a conclusion as Might secure their 8th.
CCG feels like it's uh it's been a while since we saw CCG actually start the game with a massive lead and just finish it out. It always feels like they're always behind. They're starting from behind, and then they start to get a build up and get the hang of the game. Sometimes it does work in their favor, where they just get into the zone and then they were able to wrap everything up and close the rounds up. But this doesn't feel like one of those games because every single round feels very flaky. Karas with the pistols, that's the only weapon I feel like that they've been able to bring such a great value to overall. So that Deagle gonna be able to find one headshot onto Voltage, but they still need to find four more. Not the hardest things to do. One bullet in the head with a Deagle just does the trick, but they do have a SMG on Beetle, which is gonna be one of the main things to watch if that SMG can find value or not. So far, it's all the way to the other side of the map, so very highly unlikely that it finds value. A bit of a meta there. They do see each other, but not going to be able to do much. Kraken walks inside the crosshair of DJ and is going to be taken out as the A side has been opened up right now. SMG, that only weapon that they have, completely on the other side of the map. Maybe if they can go where they took out Voltage, they might be able to secure a weapon, but that place is completely guarded out. So it's not going to be that easy. Snakes finds one more onto Icarus. It's all down to Treehen, Jenny, and Fearless Beetle to find values on this one out. DJ hiding inside Donut. He's going to find one more. Beetle gets taken out. So that's weapon is no longer viable anymore. So it's all down to two Deagle and a 5-7 to just wait it out and try and find some exit frags there. If Might decides to go head towards that way, but it is going to be very highly unlikely that they ended up in the weapon range of CCG right now. It can happen, but there's a there's a higher chance that it might not, as Jenny just dies to the explosion damage there. Treehan, on the other hand, will be able to save on a Deagle, which will not do them that good because it is going to be the last round. And CCG, if they do not secure this, then their opponents go to a double digit. We did see them coming back from a double digit previously on Anubis, but Ancient on attack on terrorists, it feels like very highly unlikely scenario.
It's not entirely impossible though.
It's not entirely impossible, but
Yeah,
it's highly unlikely.
of course, probabilities are the reality of the world, but the other, the lesser probability is also a reality of the world. We're just gonna have to wait and see which one CCG gets handed, or well, which one are they able to achieve? Because well, this is a competitive game. It's up to you if you can work enough to mount that comeback to pull together that many rounds. It certainly isn't impossible to win a game, and they have done that before. They won their last game while being at a 10-2 deficit. Of course, being put in a position time and time again, and that's not optimal as a team. But if your backs are against the wall, you have to give it a try. And well, they might just end on a good note, though. Icarus, he's found a frag. That's gonna leave only Snakes on an island against two, isolated. And they're just playing for a trade here. It's a crossfire setup. Snakes goes out for a peek, gets a frag, traded immediately in a 9-3 scoreline. Better than they had in the last game, but not by a huge margin. It's only a 1 round difference so far, but this pistol round could be the start to perhaps another comeback for CCG, but it's way too quick to say that for the time being. But they need it. They do not want to lose these pistol rounds. It's just always been the case that the second pistol round's importance has been extremely high in CCG's games because of what the scoreline looks like by the end of the first half.
That feel like the case. This pistol round holds a very, very high stake on the decision of this game. Maybe if CCG wins this one out, then it does gives us a very nice hope. Voltage spotted out, but not gonna be there to do much here. Jared receiving some damage to the smoke as Treehan finding some battle, but Snake's gonna be able to take him down. Some damage inflicted on him, but not enough. Icarus finds the first one, first value, but CCG already lost two members there. Icarus has to find more of these. He's going to be able to take one down right through the smoke. A 2 versus 2 situation. Icarus finds one more, and that's going to be Voltage versus the two of them. Voltage being quite low as he is. He has to go for the defuse. Doesn't have the kit either, but there is just not enough time left for him to go for the complete defuse. He does manage to pick up a kit though, so Jenny has to go back and make sure he doesn't do anything nasty there as he's going to be taken down. Voltage as a CCG just bring the pistol round in their side, which means a comeback is supposedly going to happen. A 9-4 scoreline is a very hopeful scoreline, and I feel like CCG are going to be able to just secure it right before it's too late, because I feel like the game's not in the hand of Might just yet.
Yeah, but it's not exactly a comeback already either. I wouldn't call it that. We're a little
I
far
would say so.
further from that. The CCG needs to pull some more rounds together before this can be considered a comeback. It's just 1 round so far, but a necessary one, of course. Keeping Might away from those double digits, but how long can they deny what seemingly is perhaps the inevitable? But it should be relatively easier in this round, at the very least, since it's pretty much just pistols all across the board, alongside one shotgun on snakes. Decent amount of people just doing no snakes. He can be so brutal here. He's found one, and okay, that's all she wrote for him. So that's somewhat safer now. Louise, he's gotten a frag. He's gotten two. He's gotten three with a 5-7, and suddenly this round has been turned on its head. And the bomb dropped in the middle of the site. Weapons picked up for two of the players. And Drihan now with an SMG up against 356 HP to work with. And oh boy, might have just hit double digits right here. It's only waiting confirmation, and there it comes, a 4K from Louise to pull a round out of nowhere.
And that just one guy blowing off entirely just shuts down the hope and the expectations that we had on that one. CCG, they're playing on the T side, much more favorable in terms of financial conditions, but still, if you lose your bonus round like that, then it's just gonna hurt them so bad that they have to just go for pistols. And this time around, with the guns that they secured, they didn't even have to buy anything, to be honest. They didn't have to spend much. Jared is the only person who spend quite a lot along with snakes, but other than that, everybody else is sitting at a comfortable position. Voltage able to find one, able to find second by Luis there. And that's just two members from CCG gone. And look at the utility damage coming in from the side of Might is just going to be too much, as CCG are forced to get back right now with only Tech 9s in hand. What more can they do? Treehan did go for the shield though, so he's going to be able to survive a bit longer. Fearless Biddle able to take one down. Luis is hiding in the corner, but Voltage is going to be there to cover him up. It's a 4 versus 2 situation, and I like that everybody from the side of Might just has a kit for some reason. They just like spending their money on kit. But Luis, through the smoke, able to just spray down Jenny. It's all down to Treehan. It's the last person alive. Treehan, not in the best condition ever. He's quite stuck in that corner with the bomb in the side. He has to make a decision either to go in or to go out. But it seems like there isn't much time left on the clock for him to go out. So he has to go in. He has to find a few more frags. He has to at least deal some damage. And like this one-way smoke coming in from the side of Might to just spot on Tree, and if he tries anything funny, it looks like he finally will be deciding to go back out and try and wrap around from Donut here. But he has to be careful. He doesn't have any information on where the last people might be. They know they're guarding the bomb. They know they might be in sight, but that's all he knows. Treehan finds one DJ. So that's some value find for him at least, but they all know where he is and they're completely aware of it. But Treehan is going to be more interested in saving that AK, which he picked up. He's going to try his best to do that, but Voltage comes in strong at him as he's going to be going down to a headshot from Treehan, as he does manage to take a few members from the Might and secures himself an AK, but still CCG not looking in the best condition, as they've spent quite a bit of money on the previous one with that pistols and some utilities, which means they will not be able to buy this one out as well.
Yeah, they were relying on Freehand to pull some magic, some miracle in this round if they want to win this and keep Might away from map point. Real dangerous right now for CCG, and it's only getting worse. Voltage, there's the first kill to him. Snakes follows up. There's the third down, and that's gonna leave only two behind. Kraken gets a frag before eventually going down to the hands of Voltage, and now Trehan again in a 1 versus 4. The AK that has survived the last is once again the lone surviving weapon on the side of CCG, and not for long. That's 12th on board, and one more is all that might need for their third victory on Ancient and in the season so far. CCG, their backs completely against the wall. They are going to be able to buy into this round, but having to win 8 rounds altogether to push to OT, not even for a win, just to push to OT, that might just be way too tall a task.
Yeah, definitely. As right now, it's just a do or die situation for CCG right now. As with only a few AKs in hand, and Trihan doesn't even have money to even buy that, as he was spending quite heavily the previous ones. They're just gonna have to like rely on their killing. I guess they're gonna have to rely on kills here, as Kraken found out by DJ over here. DJ does receive more damage in the trade, as he's gonna be forced to get back from here. Jared in a fight in the mid here, but Jenny is gonna be the one receiving more damage. DJ, same situation as Jared here, as they both get back here, and I believe Jenny also received a lot of damage. So both of them being very low. CCG, knowing that they're at the very end of the game, they don't want to make any mistake. They don't want to be on any rush. But Fearless Beetle gonna be found out here. Snakes with the amazing flash assist there. Fearless Beetle didn't even see that coming, as he was completely flashed out. As it now looked very dangerous for him. As Voltage is also on up, holding out that cheeky angle. So any move from CCG is going to be immediately shut down. Every single corner is being guarded up by Might over here. Luis from the corner. Luis able to get one. He gets traded out immediately by Kraken here, as they are trying to get inside the side, but the headshots are coming through. Is just too strong right now. Icarus, the last person alive, has to get a 3K to save CCG in this game and possibly move forward to try and force an OT, but Icarus, what can he do all by himself? He has been playing very beautifully, but Voltage with that up is going to shut him down, as CCG are going to be going out with a massive lead coming in from Might in the first half, and Might just keeping that alive on the second half. CCG, the comeback that we desperately hope for, is not going to be there at all.
Yeah, it wasn't even close, quite honestly. But again, this is something that we have mentioned before as well. It's a pretty similar, or if not the same scoreline as they had the last time around on Ancient. Their starts need to improve. In every single game that we see CCG play, they just have a terrible start. There's no
Yeah.
point sugarcoating it. The start's just not been good so far in any of the games that they've played in this season, and most of the games that played last season as well. Any of the games that they won, it's been based off of comebacks, and you cannot rely on making that happen repeatedly. I believe Freehan was having some technical difficulties today as well, and he was having some losses perhaps, but still, overall speaking, CCG, I mean, there were quite a few things that you could point to felt lackluster, in there. But honestly, we still just have to give them time and see what improvements they can make over the season, because we're still in the early weeks of the of season 52 of ESEA. So there's still a good chance that they can pull some things together, because honestly, they fix two or three things, they start to close out these rounds that tend to get very close in the middle as well. Their chance is going to improve quite significantly to close out maps.
Yeah, definitely. And we know how CCG works. We believe in CCG, and we believe that CCG might be able to just pull it off, make a comeback. It has they showed us wonders, maybe with a different roster in the previous seasons, but we do have to keep hoping, and we do have to keep supporting CCG, because I feel like they need all our supports more than ever right now to make sure that their early starts blunders that they've been having, they are able to get over that, and we are not just relying on comebacks. We are relying on our raw skills to make sure that we make comebacks actually possible in these games, and we actually make sure that we start out strong and we are able to close out maps nicer, like we did in Anubis. But even though that was still a comeback, but we want a better results from CCG, so we're gonna keep on supporting CCG. But for today, that's gonna be it from us, as we have to end the stream right now. We are going to be back again on Thursday with another game against Exeritus, I believe. Exeritus. I'm not sure how to pronounce their name. Exeritus. Exeritus. Against Exeritus, against in the group stage in the ESEA Advanced League Season 4. So from the casting desk, it was me, Zane, along with Inflict. We'll see you guys again on Thursday, again 9 p.m. EST. So we'll be back.